Boys and girls, welcome back to Starfield. In the last episode, everything hit the fan. The Starborn finally tracked us down and attacked us, and Sarah is no longer with us. Starting off this episode, we're planning on doing the Unity mission. We need to start off first by doing the other extra missions that I had planned. Right here is what we actually needed to come down here for, so... It's just giving us all of Sarah's stuff. I don't necessarily want to take all of it, but that was a quest we had for some reason, so now it's no longer a quest. I really...
will be monitoring everyone's vitals for signs of continued
Keep it up, Vasco. I really don't want that, so I might stop off and sell some stuff in a second, but there was another mission last episode I was trying to do, but I couldn't figure out where to go to do it. I wanted to buy, is her name Diane? Her name might not be Diane, but the girl by the subway. She wanted a coffee, and I was gonna get her a coffee, but I didn't know where to go, so... And it's not gonna tell me where the coffee shop is? That's crazy. If I was a coffee shop on New Atlantis, where in the hell would I be? Alright, I sold some stuff and then took the train to the commercial district, and right off the train there's a Terra Brew coffee, so we're gonna go buy the coffee for, Homegirl, I discovered a new location. I ate for show. We're gonna get her the coffee, and then... I need a thing. Do you have a thing? You have a thing. Alright, give me that. Alrighty. Got the coffee. Let's head back to the Master District, I think. Give her the coffee, and then we'll go do the Unity quest. I went to the wrong place. Alright, there she is.
One day, I wonder if I'll miss New Atlantis when... Oh, thank you so much. Soon I'll be coursing with bountiful energy. I'll be the most enthusiastic janitor in New Atlantis.
Love to hear it.
Here, take this. I found it while I was cleaning. I figured you might find a use for it. Thanks again. I really appreciate it.
100 credits? You gave me 100 credits for a 75 credit coffee? Okay.
Take care of yourself.
Alright, I see why you're a janitor. Economics wasn't your strong suit. Alright, let's go back to the Unity quest. Oh, is Homeboy on New Atlantis? I didn't know he was on New Atlantis. I thought he was on a different planet for some reason. And now that's goofy. Homegirl really couldn't walk to find a Terra Brew coffee plot, or a Terra Brew coffee store, and then paid us an upcharge like we're a DoorDash driver. Alright, what's up, brother?
Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds?
Did you just not notice the alien attack?
Oh. Yeah. How humanity comes together. How we are to love each other even as our universe becomes even more complex.
That's not exactly what we mean. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps we should talk about this inside.
Alright. This dude right here that was listening to everything, just a little bit curious about what's going on. I am inside of Andreja, and her eyeballs are terrifying. My god. Oh, you guys are already in the office. What a neat office.
Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
The alien attack.
They're like nothing we've ever seen, Keeper. Gravitational distortion, sub-audio harmonic sequencing, unidentifiable energy fluctuations.
I caught half of that. So, these things are unusual? Even in your experience? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought. We enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So, you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here.
You're talking very pastor-like. You're saying a lot of words that just sound very religious, and I appreciate that, honestly. You're playing your part very well. We know it's a stretch, but we hope you can help us.
I think I can. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path to discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more.
Let's hear the story.
In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun, and he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code? A way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave. Yes, something must be there. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe the answer will become clear when we have more. The House of Enlightenment and Varun have versions of this story.
Talking to House Varun seems like a mistake. They're dangerous. Why do we think that? Why do we think House Varun is dangerous? Because the only interaction we've had with them was rescuing their representative from their embassy, and he was trapped in the basement by his own robots. Like, why do we think they're dangerous? Based on hearsay?
The Enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves. Varun worshippers are more enigmatic. But there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully, she'll be willing to talk to you as well.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
Alright, Mateo, whatever you say. Couldn't we just go talk to the dude from the embassy of House Varun? Like, he's still here. I bet. Like, do we have to go talk to a criminal? Where's it gonna send? Oh, the well is at the spaceport. Okay, no. That is what I thought it was. That's the basement of the mast building. So I'm gonna go this way first. Alright, never mind. I have no idea what I'm doing, apparently. I thought this was different.
If you are free soon, could we talk?
Oh my god, Andreja, tell me what.
I have something I wanted to say. I confess I am afraid of how you will react. Without a doubt, I should not say anything. I have known that much all along. Despite that, it is important. We should be honest with one another. I know that you said you prefer to be surrounded by others, unlike me. But Constellation means something to us both, and I must be honest about why. The little I have spoken of my history has been nothing but truth. I worked with smugglers. What I have left out, until now, is that all of that was done on behalf of House Varun. My people.
Gasp! Gasp, my shocked face. I mean, we could put two and two together the entire time. She made it very clear she wasn't from the Freestar Collective or the United Colonies. She was from a third major faction, or a third major group of people, rather. Maybe not a faction, she just kind of said group of people. Like, of course, the third faction in the game would be House Varun, so... Shocked Pikachu face.
I am not joking. I was born in the great city of Dazra, and raised with the teachings of Jinan Varun. I underwent the rite of Krejar when I came of age. I am of the promised, those who know the truth of the Great Serpent and his inevitable return. Thank you. I doubt many would see it that way. There is a reason I am only just revealing this now. Several years ago, I intercepted requests from Constellation to access Varun's space, speaking only of exploration. I was sent to infiltrate Constellation, posing as a former smuggler looking for a new purpose in life.
Why though? Why Constellation?
That was the intent. Yes, but the reality is more complicated. Several weeks after I arrived, I attempted to access secure records within Constellation's archives. Vladimir and Sarah were waiting for me. That is not how I saw them.
Yeah, it is.
I was horrified. My failure would be reported to the High Council, and the penalty would be severe. I suppose that is one way of looking at it. Sarah has not asked me much about House Varun.
Sarah's dead.
But the information I sent them could be seen as valuable to her. You and I have spent so much time together. It has been increasingly difficult to keep this from you. And I am sorry for that.
I really don't
Telling you
care.
this violates so many of the orders I was given. But it was the right thing to do. I can feel that.
You didn't trust me with any of this. That's a hard to accept. She just told us, brother. This is another situation where Bethesda just didn't plan for the sequence not going the way they planned the sequence to go. Andre's just talking about Sarah like Sarah didn't die last episode. There's so many writing and script oversights in this game.
You have no idea what a relief that is. Thank you for trusting me. I have things I wish to discuss with
Another again?
you when you
We
have
just
time.
talked. Just say it then. Anything else before I move on? I probably skipped most of that dialogue in like the full edit of this version on my main Let's Play channel.
Well, they say never hire.
If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, you're not? Sorry. Can I help you?
Keeper Achilles sent me to talk about the Pilgrim.
We understand that you are busy, but this might be important. Anything you could tell us would be helpful.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity Pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilus is describing.
Let's hear it.
A man walks into the first House of Enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter.
The Drifter.
They think he's a
Okay.
charity case at first, but no. The Drifter asks them a bunch of questions.
He's a Fallout
Their
character.
philosophy is built on an individual's own morality. What about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of do that.
I'm the type of guy that'll never settle down. Oh, they call me the Wanderer. The Wanderer. Such a typical Bethesda character name.
Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again.
You give me a lot to think about, thank you.
Always happy to help.
He just told us a story that doesn't really amount to much, but I'm sure if we combine informations from both parties, it'll start to make more sense. There's no shot they just refer to him as the Drifter. He's literally just a Fallout character. He's the main character in Fallout 5 whenever we get that. Oh, so for the record, if I would have came to this one first, it was also just going to send us onto the tram, so Andresia's just not going to get on. Alright, my bad, Andresia. I'll meet you at the ship, I guess. Why did it make me take the train to the spaceport? We could have just came back out the door we went in.
I wonder if it matches the original vision of the artist, or if they changed the design as they worked on it.
It looks like a Halo monolith.
New Atlantis puts on a wonderful show of security, does it not?
Oh my god, shut up, Andresia. Now that I know you're from House of Arun 1000%, everything you say just sounds super petty. You look terrible. Are you okay? You need some iron? I talk to you?
A visitor? I have all the company I need.
You look like you need an iron infusion. That's coming from me, an expert on being anemic as hell.
He knows not the truth. He sends another to ask more incessant questions.
Does it help you that
Few are willing
she's
to
in
accept the truth, but at least he has reached out.
she's in the hallway?
The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust.
Okay.
That is the truth. No more, no less.
Okay, about that. Can you talk to me like a normal person for a second? I need to know about the Pilgrim.
If the Keeper has been to see you, perhaps he has mentioned it?
Yes, I have spoken to your keeper about this.
He ain't my
I
keeper.
will tell you what I told him, and then you will leave me. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy, and delivers the killing blow. That is all.
I think I understand. Also, is there just, like, they obviously recorded dialogue for this interaction because Andresia's talking. Does the person we're talking to just not care that Andresia is, from what I can tell, a semi-important member of House Varun? Hopefully they get you that iron infusion, bro. You look worse than I do. I look pretty bad. Alright, back out to New Atlantis and on to... I didn't see what my objective was. Where are we going? Okay, we're going back to Keeper Achilles. Or as they pronounce it, it's Aquilus. I refuse to pronounce it Aquilus. It's Achilles, and he's Aquila. Aquila of Faiths. Alright, Mateo's gone. We can talk like normal people now.
Well, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought? Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. What else did you learn? If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. Was there anything else? Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we?
Yeah?
Let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to a planet in the system. But what's the name of the system? Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel.
That is such a pastor joke. Good job, whoever wrote this character. You kind of nailed it. This is exactly how people like this talk in real life. Indum, that's the name of a star system, is it? I didn't know that, so I'm glad my character did.
Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum. At 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the Pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning of unity.
Maybe, man.
Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey. I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it?
Honestly, it's gonna sound like nothing that my character can say, but they're breaking down the unity as like the mantle of responsibility in Halo to me. There's a lot of correlations between this game and Halo's storyline in terms of like the factions and what they believe in and how they interact with the universe and everything. It definitely sounds like a mantle of responsibility thing where one entity will rule the other entities and make the decisions for the betterment of everyone. And I feel like that's why the Starborn, in this case, they sound like they'd be the Covenant from Halo, are so, like, hell-bent on us not having the mantle of responsibility or the unity. I could be completely wrong, just at face value based on my loose interpretations, that's what it comes off to me as.
Something more on your mind?
I'm talking to my friends, Keeper.
Ah, but what makes something like that holy? Gravity is also a force that brings things together. Should that be sanctified?
That's a natural force. Unity is something greater. Like I said, it's holy because it's a belief system that one particular group of people believe heavily in. I think similar in, like, back to the Halo thing, the humanity side of the conflict don't really understand or even know the mantle of responsibility exists. It's literally all the Covenant trying to get the mantle of responsibility. That's why they want the human race to be dead. Humanity needs to be extinct so they can have the mantle. At least that's some of the conflicts in Halo. There's a lot of conflicts that go on in the Halo universe, but that's just one of them.
I understand. It is one of the great contradictions of belief. We feel the presence of something out there, but we insist that it is also everywhere. So you think this word unity describes that divine unknowableness that the Pilgrim searched for?
Could it be that somehow natural forces like gravity are, a side effect or a function of something greater at work?
No.
Interesting.
Gravity is gravity.
Well, I won't keep you any longer. This has been fun, I have to admit. Go, find your truth.
Go to Indom too. I feel like the Keeper knows more than he's letting on. Gravity is gravity. Gravity is a physical thing. It's tangible. You can see gravity work. You can feel gravity work. I completely think that the unity is like it's a belief. It's a belief, and if we get to that belief, I don't think it's a physical thing. I could be very wrong. This is just me speculating and thinking out loud. I don't think unity is a physical thing. I think it's literally... It's a perceived importance, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. It's perceived to be important. Since one faction believes in it so heavily, the Starborn in this case, humanity is kind of forced to match the hand of the Starborn, so we have to believe in the unity as much as they do. Otherwise, they're gonna go balls to the wall out of control trying to get the unity, and we'll all die because of it. Again, I could have just said a bunch of words that don't matter and don't make sense and don't amount to anything by the time we actually get to the reveal in the story, but that's at least what I'm thinking out loud right now. Oh, the Crimson Fleet is here for some reason. You guys definitely are dead. Okie dokie, where are we going? A random ass palm tree? Oh yeah, this is this gun. I want to test this out. Is there any wildlife out here? How about you, buddy? This gun seems stupid. Search for clues on Unity. This quest is going to be longer than I thought it was going to be. Alright, Pilgrim's Rest discovered. What do we got going on here? Who's here? I amn't crazy. Valid. Pilgrim's Writing 1. The credulous simplicity of mundane humans never ceases to amaze me. My worst instincts, the evil spirit, draw me towards a form of contempt for them, but I remember that I am privy to which they are not. I cannot and should not judge them for lack of vision when I know very well the blinders which obscure their sight. I once wore them myself, after all. I hope for their sake they may someday understand, but for my sake I wish to be left alone. Right, okay. Access the locked room, okie dokie. Pilgrim's number 5. Game seeking the right answers, you will know what question to ask. Alright, so it's a riddle, of course. Pilgrim's Writing number 5. Oh my god. I find myself thinking about his various pasts and my possible futures. I imagine continuing on the road, acquiring more power, more knowledge, more development of myself. I imagine passing through once more to another world to begin the process anew. What is notable here that the road does not seem gratifying. Every step is one of intrinsic reward, and I feel myself anticipating the pleasures and seeing a more contented version of myself in that future. Then, for the sake of considering all possibilities, I imagine if I took a different path and stopped running, stopped seeking to gather my own power, if I instead embraced the twinges of compassion I feel in my heart and let myself care for the people who seem to gather about me and wherever I try to work, if I simply lived and taught and perhaps brought others to the light and died, that road also seems gratifying. I also see a contented version of myself in that future. Jesus, this dude is so long-winded. Here is the difference, though. When I stopped thinking about the glories that I could achieve for myself, the pleasures fade nearly immediately. When I stop thinking about staying and building something the feeling endures, there is something more sustaining about it, more fulfilling. I don't know what the difference signifies, but I am grateful for the time I've taken to notice it. Is there more stuff I have to find? There are other buildings. Let me check out the other buildings. Pilgrim's Writing 2. So here is the crux of my troubles. To accomplish anything, I need to work with other people. I need assistance, I need workers, I need hands. As we work together, they inevitably ask questions, and I can never help talking. It starts innocently enough. They want to understand how someone who believes in science can also believe in the divine. Or they have their own misunderstanding instilled by some borderline religious remnant. My weakness is an inability to let alone. I want them to understand, so I try gently as I might to nudge their minds along the right path. Then there are follow-ups and followings. The trouble is that I genuinely care for some of these people. At last, a bit of peace, a piece of peace. Is that anything? Is that funny? Why am I trying to be funny? Have they driven me mad at last? Is there a difference between writing to myself and talking to myself? The former certainly seems more acceptable than the latter. I recall again that my mind is my own, and that even if it only exists, that is the sufficient for me to believe in anything else. The unity has restored me once more. This time I act alone, for now myself is a formidable opponent. I should have expected as much, but vanity, thankfully, not among my vices. Regardless, it turns out time spent in solitude, in my case, some time with a very sick man, or whatever it is I have become. I don't like this person. Okay, so we found everyone except for 3. Never mind, there's 3. Today, in a soft voice, my assistant asked me if there was anything above the unity. It was all I could keep from shouting that I could scarcely comprehend the misunderstanding of what would lead to such a question. It was asked honestly, and I answered as best I could, but even if my closest confidant here can fail to grasp the most basic concept of these truths, why am I bothering to explain it to any of them? Every word that drops from my mouth gets gobbled up, misheard, misremembered, misunderstood, and mistranslated before I can issue the slightest clarification. People are unnecessary, but people are madness. I attempted to withdraw, to go off alone, to communicate with unity in my own way. They followed, of course they followed. Alright, so that's a bunch of writing, for sure. Cannot deny that.
Hopefully the low temperatures do not interfere with our electronics.
Hopefully not, Andreja. Anyway, back in here, let's try the test again. What is the unity? People are necessary, but people are madness. Your most formidable opponent is yourself. Where does enduring contentment come from in stopping and embracing compassion? You came here seeking the true meaning of unity. If you still wish to find it, there is one final piece of myself in the next room. I found my own answer a long time ago, but not in the way I was expecting. I hope your journey gives you the truth. Dear Lord. Alright, it's that book. I want to take other stuff first. Okay, there's nothing else. Take the book. Pilgrim's final writing. I don't know what the correct answer is. I might never. Increasingly, though, I am comfortable with not knowing. The more I reflect on being here in this world in this time, the more I think it is precisely where I need to be. This time will be different. It won't be about me. It will be about... I won't have to run. I can actually build something with intent instead of scrambling to fix something that others create in my name. It can be something beneficial. It can be something beneficial. I'm leaving behind that other person. This world has no place for him. Let him die. Let me live into the enlightened, the blessing universe before me. You have found the end of my journey, but to know everything you must find its beginning. On Hyla 2, the island hides the scorpion, and the scorpion's sting hides the truth. Oh my god, This is a long mission. What the hell? Alright, so we gotta go to Hyla 2 now. Hunting Lockjaw. I don't want to fight you guys if I don't have to. We have to go that direction, so let's see where it goes. Are we allowed to go there? Microbial contaminant. Alright, we almost got here. That seemed way farther than whenever we started. Oh, hi. We gonna have to fight? Are you friendly? You're not attacking me.
That statue. Clearly some connection to the creatures in the area.
Alright, so they're not attacking me. I'm going to let them live. Oh, is that bad? Find the Scorpion Sting on Hyla 2. How do you, how do you suppose I go about doing that? I had to look up what my scanner keybind was, because I forgot. I scanned around, I didn't see anything, so I'm gonna go take another look at this thing. See if there's anything I can do. So, wait. The center isn't the clicky part, it's not one big thing. It appears that each thing is its own clicky thing. Well, what does it mean? What does clicking it do? Nothing? Okay. Is that moving? Oh, the light's moving. Oh, okay. Is that where we have to go? You have to tap it, you can't hold it. If you hold it, nothing happens. Is this doing something? Does this hurt? No, okay. So... what is the goal here? Does it have to do with that? Do we trace that? Okay, so the blue thing on the ground was something I was supposed to do. It wants us to go here? Oh, I thought I was supposed to do more with the puzzle. Okay, go here then.
It can't be. You found me. I knew I made the right choice in letting you go.
Convenient?
You did. Now it's all starting to make sense. You should come aboard. There's another Starborn here who is very interested in meeting you.
So...
I can speak for myself. Constellation ship, you weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
Okay.
Think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want. Not a bad description, actually.
We'll explain when we meet. In person.
Good. See? We can all get along. For now.
Why are you the one saying that you attacked my friends and killed my main character? We will pick up talking to these fine individuals in the next episode. Until then, though, I hope you have enjoyed. Leave that like and sub down below if you want to see the no commentary run. As always, check out my no commentary channel, Why the Tuck, and no commentary. And until next time, boys and girls, a pizza.